Hello, Michelle. How's it going today?
Going well, going well. How are you?
Good, doing good. Michelle, what are you reading right now? Are you reading any novels or nonfiction books or anything?
Yeah, I am reading this book called House on I hope I'm getting the title correct. The House on the Cerulean Sea.
Oh, interesting.
And it's you know what's really funny? I think we've talked about don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
I chose this because of the cover because so it's called The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune.
Okay. And you like it so far?
I do. The chapters are very long. So, and now that I'm reading on a Kindle, it tells me how long is in the chapter. And it says an hour in the chapter. I'm like, oh my God. I felt like getting to the end of the chapter was like finishing the book. I was so proud of myself.
Oh my gosh.
It's something totally different. It's more of, I don't know. It's a very unique story. I've been reading a lot of thrillers. I just read this book called The Silent Patient. I really like that. Nice. Then I read another book that I didn't like.
All right.
But this is good. So yeah. That's what I'm reading right now.
So it sounds like on a typical evening, you might have your nose in a book a little bit. Is
yes,
that right?
Right before bed. Yes.
Nice. Love that. I like to read too before I go to bed. It's really, instead of being on the phone, just reading is it's a much better transition into sleep, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is now especially because there are certain news stories going on that I like to investigate at night.
Oh, you're a little.
So I do that, and then I try and fit in the reading, and then I'm too tired.
Oh yeah.
So
I need to. Michelle, you can't do it all.
No, I know. Now I'm just trying to do both, and it's not. But yeah, I do like to have my nose in a book sometimes.
So what are we getting into in the show today, Michelle? This is related to our topic today, of course.
Yeah, definitely. So this expression, to have your nose in a book, I just saw it used twice in two separate books.
Yeah.
But I can't remember one of them. I think it may have been like books I'm reading with my kids.
Okay.
But one was from Amelia Bedelia. Did you read Amelia Bedelia when you were
really familiar? I think I must have. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to highlight this because I thought that this is a really fun expression. And also because my daughter always laughs when I say, that her nose was stuck in a book, because she, and in Amelia Bedelia, the thing is she takes things literally. So she thinks, her cute. Nose was stuck in a book.
That's so cute. I love that.
So is it literal, Lindsay, when you say your nose is
the first question we have to answer here for our listeners? No. And your daughter should be listening to the podcast, of course.
Exactly.
No, it's not literally, but in a sense, your nose is down,
right,
pointing towards the book. So
right.
It just means you're reading, you're immersed. You're fully immersed in that book, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. It's like your nose is in it. It's metaphorically in it. It's because you are, in that position. So.
Exactly. This is what we're going to get into today on the show, guys. But go ahead and hit the follow button right now wherever you're listening. This episode will be over on YouTube, so that is a good option if you want to consume the video instead of the audio. You could subscribe to the All Ears English channel on YouTube, or you could just hit follow right here in Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen so you don't miss a single episode of our show. Right, Michelle?
Yes, exactly. So yeah, Lindsay, is this expression common?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We know what it means. We use it sometimes. Would you say you use it once in a while, Michelle, yourself?
Once in a while. I would say I've seen, because I've seen it recently. Now, it's on my mind.
Yeah.
But it also makes me think of, do you remember in Beauty? I don't know how well you know Beauty and the Beast. But
yeah. Okay.
The whole thing is that, Belle likes to read a lot. Then they tease her for it, which is silly. But one of the lines I think is about her nose being stuck in a book.
Right.
And yeah, so it's definitely used. I think it is used a lot in stories, perhaps. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I would say to my friend, "Oh my gosh, my nose is stuck in a book right now."
But that's an important point, though. I feel like it's usually someone else makes a comment that you seem immersed in your reading. And that's when it would come up rather than talking about yourself. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's give some examples. Here we go. I'm usually addicted to my phone, but now I found a series I love. So my nose is always in a book.
Yeah. And here's just the counter to what I just said.
Exactly.
Love
but
that.
again, I agree. It would more be a comment on someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would, but this is how you could use it. I
Sure.
mean, no one's going to say, what are you talking
There's
about?
no language police coming after you.
No,
if
no,
you
no,
use
no.
it to refer to yourself. But here's one common example. I'm glad she likes to read, but her nose is always in a book. She should get outside this summer. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, maybe a parent is saying that about their child.
Yeah.
I don't know what parent would be complaining about their child reading
These days,
but,
especially because the alternative is
yeah.
screens and,
Yep.
right?
Or is your nose still stuck in that book? It must be amazing.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, we had this summer book club where it was like a contest, how many books you could read.
Oh,
And
wow.
some kids just like knocked it out of the park. They'd read like 30 books in a summer. And I was always very impressed by those
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
How the heck do they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends I remember my friend Jamie a few years ago, she had a goal to read 52 books in a year.
Wow. That's one a week then, right? Did she do
wow.
it? Did she get there?
I think she did. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Now she has kids, so I don't think she's doing
Yeah, you'd
it.
have
But
to, I mean, even as a single person without kids, you'd have to make a
a
conscious
lot.
decision and say, I can't go out tonight because I need to get my reading done, right?
yeah.
For a 52 a year? Yeah.
Yeah. My goal is this year, if I can get one a month, I'll be happy.
That would be good.
that would be
12
like a
books.
really big deal for me.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. I love that. Do you think this sounds a little juvenile? I mean, what do you think, Michelle? We've talked about kids examples.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do. I think a little bit. I mean, I don't know that, like I said, I'm running around with, my contemporaries just using this all the time. But I do think it is often used about children or the Beauty and the Beast example, potentially a little old fashioned. What do you think?
I think it's probably old fashioned just because
Yeah.
nowadays, most people have their nose in Instagram or TikTok.
Exactly.
That's the only reason it's old fashioned, right? But we still
Yeah.
read. Reading is becoming more quaint for me, like more lovely, more wonderful, more valued, more treasured.
My gosh, it's the best.
Just because the alternative, we're in front of screens all day. And then in the evening, we might be on our phone, social media. We want to get away from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, some people might use it as an insult. I mean, like in Beauty and the Beast. I mean, it just depends on the context.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some more modern ways that we can express this idea.
Yeah, you could say I'm lost in a book. So you're obviously, again, it's not literal. You're not lost physically. You know where you are. You're probably in a cafe or something. You're just really into it, right? You maybe the time passes, 2 hours goes by, and you think it's 5 minutes, right? Yes.
Yep, exactly. Or then there's Hooked, right? And
example. Yeah. So I'll
Yes.
go ahead and read the example for our listeners. She's totally lost in this book. She's not even listening to us. Yeah.
So that's pretty common. Or there's Hooked, like I said. So that could be also for TV or movies, or even if you're listening like the news, you're hooked on a news story. But I'm totally hooked on this book. I'm telling you, you have to read it. When I am hooked on a book, I am so happy.
I
but
love it. It's the best.
it's such a fun feeling. And
Yes.
then but it doesn't happen with every book.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but it's like this escape that you can go back to, and you don't get the same effect from TV, movies, social media. It really is quite special, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Michelle, there's a few other things we might say when we are truly into a book. You might say absorbed in. The students are absorbed in the novel they're reading. I knew they would love it. And novels are usually, for me, what I get more absorbed in than nonfiction. I used to read a lot more nonfiction, but these days I'd rather read a novel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. And then sometimes I'll think, I should read a lot of more nonfiction and learn, more specific things. But I don't know. It just doesn't hook me the same way.
It doesn't
that a
hook you the
novel
same
does.
way. No, it's so true.
Yeah.
And
Again, you could say absorbed in a TV show,
Sure.
absorbed in a movie. We've talked about some. I think we did another episode that was similar to, being immersed in something.
Yes.
But
Yes.
this is really, we're using these reading expressions today. There's also reading nonstop. I've been reading nonstop ever since I started this series.
Yes, I love that. Do you know anyone, have you ever known someone who's a speed reader?
Oh, my sister-in-law.
Really?
Oh, actually, that's funny. I had a note about that below.
Interesting. She's a speed reader. Now, did she
I don't know if she's
a technique?
I don't know if she technically is, but she's one of those. She's so smart that you're just like, ugh, you know. she just can really. She finishes books quickly, and I don't. I reread. I go back.
Sure.
I forgot what I was looking at.
Well, it's not a contest, Michelle. It's okay. It's supposed to be for fun, right? This is not, but that must have come in handy for her if she was in college or graduate school or something. That's where you really need your speed reading.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, Lindsay, what kinds of books hook you in the most? Is there a genre or?
Like I said, novels for sure. But I like historical novels, historical fiction, I guess is what it is. Something that's based on like a real time period, but maybe the characters are made up and like the circumstances are made up, but they're actual like events, like wars or something going on. I like that. I think that's kind of cool because you can learn about that time period, but then there's still a story.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That one of my favorite books is a historical fiction. It's called The Paris Wife. And I kind of got really into reading about other novels about that period of like Hemingway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and do you get annoyed? Here's another question. Do you know anybody who's a big reader and then they're just have their nose in a book and you want their attention and you just have you had that experience?
I mean, I've had that experience with social media, people having their nose in their phone, right? Yeah. But lately, not so much with books. Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah. My mom can definitely get her nose stuck in a book. My mom is a huge reader too. My sister-in-law, so lots of readers in my family.
Yeah, you should be able to get some good recommendations on titles then.
That's true. That's true. Well, my like sometimes when I'm with my sister-in-law, I'll say, "Oh, can you give me?" Do you have? She has all these books, and she'll give me a whole bunch, and then she'll say, "Oh, did you read this?" And I'm like, "No,
no." Right, that's the embarrassing part when someone makes a great recommendation, and then a month later they ask you about it. Right? Did you order the book? And I forgot.
Exactly. So guys, we also want you to check out. So we were talking about that we did another episode. So I believe this is the one, episode 2088. Definitely we talk about books here.
Okay.
Are you a bookworm? How to talk about your reading habits in English. So that's a while ago. But we can also do more follow-ups if you have questions. So let us know.
Yes,
but
guys.
Should we do? Yeah, go ahead.
Just to remind our listeners, guys, if you have questions today, send them in to support@allearsenglish.com. That is where to send your questions, okay? And if it's a good question, we will make an episode based on the question. Yeah, Michelle, I think we should dive into the role play. So here you are frustrated because you need me to help you with something, but I am reading. So I have my nose in a book and I can't be distracted, okay?
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just really hooked on this book right now.
Are you almost done?
What?
Are you almost done?
Yesterday.
Ugh, Lindsay, you aren't listening. Your nose is always in a book.
Okay. I'm sorry. I tend to get absorbed in what I'm reading, especially mysteries.
I get it. Usually I'm reading nonstop, but lately I can't find anything I like.
Ooh, I'll make some recommendations.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, that could be annoying for sure.
Yeah, and certainly it does echo how people are just with the phone now.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good follow-up episode because the question is, can all? I bet our listeners are wondering: do all these apply equally to if someone's nose is in Instagram or TikTok or the news? I tend to read the New York Times on my phone constantly.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to plan
that. Guys, make sure you hit the follow button right now so you don't miss that upcoming episode. We will let you know which of these carry over and we'll give you some new ones that are more about technology. Okay.
Exactly.
So
let's go through it. So, you said, sorry, I'm just really hooked on this book.
Yeah, hooked on. I mean, addicted to. Hooked. To be hooked is to be addicted. We use this when it comes to talking about like if you're hooked on a substance, we do use it in that case, or just an activity, a book, anything that you're doing, taking part in. Right?
Yes, exactly.
And then you said, ugh, you aren't listening. Your nose is always in a book.
Yeah, because I said, are you almost done? And you said yesterday. So
I know.
You are not listening to what I'm saying.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. And then I admitted it. I said, oh, I tend to get absorbed in what I'm reading, especially mysteries.
Yeah, and then it is frustrating also when you are the one reading and you really maybe you're in the last chapter and something is going on and someone keeps on
That is annoying.
Yeah, and you're so into it, it can really bother you. So
you want to just go and hide, take your little book and hide in the corner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then I said, I get it. Usually I'm reading nonstop, but lately I can't find anything I like.
And this is interesting grammatically too for our listeners to take a look at. You said, I get it. Usually I'm reading nonstop. You didn't say usually I read nonstop. So I
interesting.
think maybe we'll come back to that another day too, Michelle. Yeah. Because we haven't covered that, right? The present progressive form. Why did we use that instead of the present simple? Talking about habits that you're usually doing. We'll come back to that another day too.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So guys, again, if you want to learn more about being a bookworm, check out 2088. Lindsay, takeaways for today.
Yeah, takeaways for today. Well, if you have a good book that you love, then consider that a treasure. I think the more and more we get AI and the more we get technology, Instagram, all these social media, we're going to start to love our books more and more. That's my theory. We're going to
I hope so.
enjoy them that much more. They become more of a treasure. So if you love reading, talk about reading. Share that about yourself. Don't keep it a secret, because I think people respect readers now, maybe more than they used to, because not everyone reads anymore. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys, get reading. And Lindsay, we can talk about book recommendations off the air.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you soon, Michelle. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.